so I think I'm able to go with 30, and now because I have 290 tons pulling, I am looking to keep momentum, and now we are down to a crawl, and most probably we will stop because I don't have enough power for the 290 tons. What is now something that I could do? How could I move things forward? Let's see. So this is out of the question. So I do have those 4 that I could do. This is one of the quickest. Has 290 tons, which is a bit. 80 minutes, 48 minutes, 232 tons from the food factory to the steel mill. Food factory to the steel mill, which is an interesting route. I think that would be possible. This gives around about 70,500, which is alright. 232. This is 290 tons from food factory. Oh, this is also going to the steel mill. 290 tons, there's a little bit more payout, but I'm not sure if I'm able to pull that with a D2 over this crest area here, if everything will work out. Not sure if that is going up or downhill. So this is just because I understood that from the other videos, from the other times I played, that there's a very, very difficult area if you don't know how to handle that. But then, why not use my knowledge and go for the hardest one? Okay. Which is not the longest one, but that's alright. Good, okay. So I need to deliver scrap metal, 48 minutes. Timer can start again. And I need to go to C70 and pick up something from there. And this is the track that we talk about. So this is actually what we need to deliver is scrap metal. Looks beautiful. And that is the fully fueled locomotive we could use for that. So that might be a good idea. The only thing that I need to decide is where will I exit? And I think the locomotive is showing into the direction behind me, and I really would like to go into that direction. When I use the compass, that should be north. No, okay, that's not south, which I wanted to clarify. So I need to turn around because that's quite important. No, I don't need to turn around. This is the perfect orientation. I just had the lights on because of the grill in front here. This is what cools the train, and if you orient that to the back and then, so to speak, this is your front where you go into this direction, the train will overheat more easily. And because I have such heavy things to pull, that might not be the best idea, but everything is set up nicely, so we can go forward here, move the locomotive into the correct track to pick things up. And I think that was just C70, that was that one there. So I'm already looking where I need to brake, and this should be the signal I need to brake after. So let's do that. Use all the brakes. A little bit too late, but that's alright. And then just have a quick look into C70 is what I need to aim for. So C70. Now I'm going to the left hand side. Here I'm going to the right track, which is not what I want to do. I want to go to the left, and then I want to take the next to the right, which is C70. Okay, that's good. Alright. Go back with the lever put in the right direction. Just give it a little bit of sand, because I see here that the ampere meter is really going into our direction I don't like. And now see that we don't move too quickly to get into the correct position. Give it a already a little bit of brake because I think I'm really quick. And that's fine. My left hand on the brake, just release it a bit to move into the correct position here. Let it roll closer and closer to the cars. Just give it a little bit of speed that I'm able to punch things together so that everything can be connected nicely. I'm just checking here that I might need to brake a little bit more. I'm not too quick. Aye, that might have been a little bit too quick actually. But that's alright. Just have to connect things now. Maybe I'll release the handbrakes after I've connected everything. It's a little bit difficult to find the right spot here, but there we go. That's connected. Now we do the crisscross move again, left and right hand. Crossed, and then we'll... this one is released. This one is released. Oh, I moved away from that one. This one is set. As usual, the last one is set. Just to annoy me. This one is released. Released. And that one is also released. It might be wise to not move too far ahead to actually be able to see something. But then what would be the fun of that? Okay, release everything. We are ready to go, and I think just checking the ampere meter here before I grab the map again. Everything's moving nicely. I do have a handbrake set somewhere. And that might be... Nope, that was it. It's just a little bit of this circular lever still set. So that's perfectly fine now. And now I'm just gonna give it a little bit of power so we can move along nicely. And the arrow should now point into the upward direction, but I cannot see that right now. Other icons on top of that, I think. It's hard for me to see the correct. And I think we're going into the wrong direction. Okay. Okay. Okay, let me check again. Let's jump on the train, because why not? And... oh no, I misread the compass. I did not check actually for... what happened? For the red, which is showing me north. So this is going south. Okay. Well, that's a bit of a pity, because now I have to figure out how I can turn around. And then move forward, as I explained beforehand. And I think I have to deconnect the locomotive. And I have to move... yeah, I don't think it's possible to go forward into a circle, in a circle around the train. Yeah, no, I think that's not possible. So I think I need to turn the locomotive into the other direction and put it in front. Ah, too bad. Do I have maybe... hello. And there's the kitty cat. Okay, alright, maybe I can use that one here? No, this is also facing into the wrong direction. That's bad. And this one here is... oh, this is a mess. This is a mess. How can I do that? If I go here, I am actually not able to move into the right. I'm thinking that I move out of the whole situation here, then go into this track, move everything onto one of those tracks here, then take my trusted locomotive and use the track right next to that one. Yeah, I do have two possibilities here. Okay, so I need to do a little bit of back and forth to go in the right direction, but I think that is possible. A little bit quicker than I initially expected. Good, okay. Oh, by the way, look at this. This is now the ampere meter completely in the red. Now I get a warning because everything is overheating. I need to pull the strength and the power, and I hope that the temperature here will go down without my engine exploding. So this is quite crucial. Honk, because there's a road. So it cooled down again. That was me pulling things too strongly, and I hope that I do have enough power to get everything in place, because this is, what was that, 290, I think? $290 tons, and that is something that my little friend has not pulled yet, I think. So that might be a challenge on its own. And let's see if I go into the other direction for this small bit. That is already too much. Okay. Pull power away. I hope I can jump back into the tunnel there. So that is looking good. Let's see if I can get back into the locomotive without being murdered. Back, okay. Pull the handbrakes. Again, it's a little bit strange in VR that sometimes the game is setting the place where you were at in the locomotive into kind of a wrong spot, so you have to readjust yourself quite a bit. It's a little bit annoying, but it's just how it is. Okay, now I'm gonna be on the left track, gonna take the through track here, and this is what I'm gonna set, and then I'm gonna put down the cars here and take this way around to get on in front of the whole system that I need to pull, actually. And I'm gonna push it a little bit without being able to see anything. Good, always good, always good. That you're not, oh, again, too much power. Just give it a little bit of sand, so that hopefully my little friend here can move along into the correct direction. But that seems to work out fine. I just have to be very careful. I'm very, very slow when I give power to this whole train now, because it's quite a lot to move around. And then let's check the temperature. Temperature looks fine. I'm not too quick, not too much power, but it's still very close to the orange area, which I need to keep in mind. Unless I want to blow up everything, blow up the engine, and I think that is something that is not advisable. Just gonna jump on top of the train here so I can check everything. Maybe I can actually release the power a little bit. Alright, and then just stand on top of the scrap to get a good idea. This is actually pretty cool to move on top of the things. I'm on top of things. So funny, best joke ever. Write that down. Best joke on this channel as per now. I'm on top of things. Again, there is this cat running around. I did not use the horn, but still it moved away quickly. That's good. And then a couple of people here getting ready for work. I think never seen anyone. They seem to be avoiding me, but I do hear industrial and sounds from people. Okay. So after I moved through that signal, I should be able to stop the train, so I can use the brake already, probably. Don't want to use that too early, because I want to be able to then move next to the whole train, and this is not yet enough, so a little bit further. I've released all the brakes, okay. Just a little bit. I really have to keep this in mind. The MP meter is pushing upwards, putting a lot of stress on the engine. Okay, so now we do have a possibility to set things up in the correct way. First, decouple everything. Thank you so much. Yeah, can let go of that now. Okay. Setting again the handbrake, and then I have to move to the little... Jeez. To that little circular thingy to turn the engine around, and then use the other track to go in the right direction. I can actually set that up already. After I went through here. So this is the track I need to use then. Exactly. Take away a little bit of the power, and I think I need to use that track, which is right... Nope, that's not the correct one. Then I need to use that one and this to the left. Okay. So let's brake buttons. Let's brake right here. That's good. And set this one to the right and this one. Cannot see that now. Good. Okay, let's move backwards quickly and slowly, if that is possible at all. To move quickly and slowly at the same time. I jumped out of the cabin. Perfect. Everything is working out perfectly fine. And now I need to go to the left-hand side, and that is perfect. Okay, cool. So this little roundabout thingy is already set up. Good. Into the right direction. And left hand on the brake. Already brake a little bit. Don't want to overshoot things. And then move out at the back of this little turnaround helper. Okay. Pull everything now. And then it almost happened. I actually put in too much power there, but okay. And then again, this is such a cool thing to move those big boys around into the sun. Clunk. Good. Oh man, I'm a bit annoyed at myself that I checked the compass into the wrong direction. I could have had everything set up pretty nicely, but that was not the case. Okay. Alright, so pull the power already, although can take a little bit more power into setting everything up in the correct direction. And then this one I can ignore, but here I can brake already. Let's see if that works out good. And I'll take left here, thank you very much. Alright, pull those at the same time. And then I'm just remembering that I'm going into the wrong direction, so let's wait a second until we stand. Because I really would like to avoid any problems with the engine before I actually have started, and we do have lost a little bit of fuel because of this back and forth, but I think we are still able to get to the steel mill in time, which is the destination, I think. Yeah, steel mill is what it says. Okay, let's go for 30 here. And that was set to the right track, so we can use the right hand track to move around the cars. Just want to make sure that we actually get to the point where things get started. Just need to move before the next signal where this and the left hand track intersect. So this is most probably right after the road. Okay, cool. Already apply a little bit of brakes and then the full braking powers so that I am able to switch to the right track and then come again. Move backwards. Again, I think you are able to see on screen the timer, how much time I've already lost. I'm not sure yet, I can't say. This is going to the left direction, and now I'm moving into the right track, and the handbrake obviously again is at the other end of the whole thing. Okay. Just a little bit, oh maybe a little bit more of brakes. Don't want to stop beforehand though. Okay, to roll in a little bit closer. Just apply a little bit more power. You always have to remember that things are not very immediate with the train. Again, a little bit rough here on the edges, but maybe that is alright. Okay, so this is 100%. Let's see that one here in the front. Also still 100%, so things look fine. Now I don't want to beam myself around anymore, connect the thingies. I think I just beamed a little bit in the VR position, so that is interesting. I don't know if it's my headset or if that is actually the software. Okay. Set the right direction, release the brakes, no blinking lights on the handbrakes. I can actually turn off the lights and be very careful with the power. 290 tons of cargo is something that need to be moved from here to the steel mill. So I do have attached 290 tons in the back here. It's full of scrap metal, I think. So I can have a look at that. This is all scrap metal. This is what needs to go to the steel mill, which makes a lot of sense, because that is most probably the right place for the scrap metal to be. I actually had a little bit of a problem with the setup. I oriented the train into the wrong direction, so now I should move north, and this is the case. The little blue icon triangle is moving to the north. Just checking, I have 50, I'm already at 20, that's fine. Give a little bit more power so that I can actually do this. And this is why I think I have 48 minutes that I should use to get the time bonus. I should stay within the 48 minutes is what I'm saying. And I just need to go through this very section here. This is a little bit tough, it's a little bit slower, but then all the way down here to the steel mill. And that is actually quite a quick thing to do, but I did a lot of back and forth moving things around to get everything set up nicely, because I misinterpreted the compass. I have to remember next time actually the red thing is showing north and not the N, which is oh man, that's such a rookie mistake, but there you go. Okay, so I think I'm able to go with 30, and now because I have 290 tons pulling, I am looking to keep momentum as much as possible. And I think there was a bit of an incline, it's going a little bit upwards. Oh man, I'm really at 3/4 of the lever, and I'm overheating already. And the ampere meter is really pulling. This might be a little bit hard to pull through. So what I'm doing now is I'm trying to, I see I can go 50. I'm trying to give as much power as possible without overheating the engine. I think I can stay in the yellow area, but it's not advisable to go into the red area, because I think that is red for a reason. So I try to give as much power as possible without having the ampere meter completely in the red, and also without the, what is that, temperature? Without the temperature completely in the red. So there's a bit of an incline. I need to pull things again, because it's moving, the needle of the temperature is moving into the red area, and I don't want that. And just quickly checking that I'm actually going the direction I want to go. Yeah, that looks fine. Next intersection I need to take is to the right, and I think we'll be pulling a little bit into positive land here, so the whole area is going a little bit uphill. And 290 tons already. Oh, this is a 2% incline, which is quite a bit if you're pulling 290 tons of scrap metal. But I'm trying to balance power and the temperature of my little buddy here, because I know that after this area things will go down. Things will go down. We will have a fight, a really good fight between locomotives. They will meet in a train yard and just fight with steam and loud honking. No, but back to the topic. This is what I'm trying to balance, that I see that I don't overheat but still have a little bit of power, and then I think still going a little bit up the hill. Things are looking fine, really don't want to overheat. And here I was thinking that this is an easy mission and we can just go through very quickly and there's not a problem at all. But then you can see me here pull at around 10 kph. Oh boy. This is actually getting slower and slower, and we're now moving into a red area. That's not cool. Giving a little bit of sand. Hopefully that will do something. Right at the border here. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I have to give a little bit less. Just give a little bit of sand. Still in the red area. That's not good. No brakes are set. And now we are down to a crawl, and most probably we will stop because I don't have enough power for the 290 tons. That's it. That's it. Here we are. Wow. Okay. And I do gain a little bit of speed, but that is because I'm going backwards. That's not what I intend to do. Okay, let's stop here and let's let the engine cool down a little bit, and let's see, maybe I can have a look ahead. There's just an intersection coming up. Okay, good enough. And I think this is all going uphill. I think this is all going uphill. There's the negative incline, decline most probably then, I think, of almost 2%. There seems to be a level here. Maybe there's a bit up and down. So that is interesting. That is quite interesting actually. How will I be able... No, that is just the intersection. How will I be able to do that? Can I do that? Okay, let's see. Okay. So 290 tons. Moving forward, a little bit of sand. There we go. Release the train back just a little bit. Okay. I don't want to move, but I want to release it quite as much as possible. Okay, temperature is going down. We need to pull. Actually, I kind of expected that we move forward, but it seems that we don't. And temperature is already rising, and I'm slipping now. Look at this. So there's the warning of the ampere meter. Nope, that was the sand. Going already into red territory. I'm just gonna pull so that we actually are able to get maybe forward. And there we go. And I've blown something. Things are honking. It's too hot. The engine has been pulled off, I think, and shut off. I can still hear it though. Maybe I need to shut off briefly and restart. Nope, that was not enough. Interesting though. What is now something that I could do? How could I move things forward? I don't have the multi-unit license yet, but what I could do is ignore the time bonus, because that is something I will not meet at all with this setup. But I could move back, grab one of the small DE2s, and then maybe push. So let's see. Is somewhere in this foggy environment I can actually hear one running. No, that was a truck. I'm just gonna use this one. I know it's in the wrong direction, I know it's set in the wrong direction, but I really just wanna see if the idea would work, that I could switch between those two. And then, okay. And then use this one, the little, again, always advisable to release handbrakes. Use this one here to push. Just give a little bit of power and then push the whole thing up the incline. Let's see if that works. That's actually interesting. I've never done that. And I don't have the multi-units yet. I might have set that up as well. Let's see if I derail here going too quickly out of the yard. About 45 going now into that direction where I think it's 30. Yeah. So a little bit of brakes, and 40, 30 should be enough. Give a little bit of power. Really trying to get there. Maybe it's possible to stay within the realm of the time bonus, but I'm not sure. But things didn't go as planned here, I have to say. That is not something that I expected to happen. Okay, I think he was somewhere around a sign that I can go 50. Again, moving around a little bit in the cabin was I just try to rotate myself. So that seems to be a little bit buggy. And it's 50 here, okay. Let's go for it. The only thing that I need to keep in mind is that I really don't want to bump into things. And I'm still accelerating, so that's maybe not a good idea. Stop this now. And this is where the bridge starts. I think we're standing, the whole train is standing at the end of the bridge. It's waiting for us. Again, into the mist, into the mysterious mist of wonders. Okay, release the brake. Can feel the incline already. Mind, this is a 30 corner for 30 kph, and then maybe to the right hand side. This is really a lot of fog. There you go. I can see the back of the train. Okay, good. Maybe the incline will brake enough for us already, so maybe I have to actually give a little bit of power that I connect to the train. A little bit of brake. There we go. Okay. Good. So now I will connect this as well. Let's see if that works. I'm not sure if that works. So this is something that I need to connect. Oh, okay. Let's see if my plan works. Maybe I have to pull a little bit further. Maybe because I'm standing in the corner, I cannot connect that right now. Things are moving, that's quite helpful. Not. No, I can connect now, okay, good. And then hopefully also the brakes. Give me the brakes. Cross section thingy trick. I'm standing in the car. Okay, that's good. And now, the only thing that I do, I release all the brakes. Release all the brakes. Set the backward direction and give a little bit of power. Release the handbrake. Okay, and now the trick is that I move to the front. This has been switched off. That was not such a good idea. It's running. Forward position, no handbrake set. Release all the train brakes. And let's see if we can actually move forward. I do see a little bit of movement there. That thing is already overheating, okay. Give a little bit less power. Might be a cool idea for the multiple units to take next, but I really didn't like the copay. I think that was about 4,000 or something. Again, here we're also in the direction of going into the red again with two of those little really strong locomotives. That is crazy. This also right in the direction of being in the red. Oh man, everything is released. Okay, I have to remember manually to maybe decouple this or break things up. Okay, let's have a quick look here on the map. So I think this is an incline. I have to remember I have to go to the right in, I suppose, 700 meters. And then I think I can decouple the locomotive at the end. I think that is possible. I think everything is going downhill here, everything is going downhill here. And then I can release the train at the steel mill. Oh, nice view of the area, I have to say. Quite interesting, quite cool to see. How things are looking here. Okay. Even if it's still very foggy. Man, this is a lot of steel that we need to push. And maybe we are too heavy. We are already on the edge here. Maybe a little bit of sand. Hopefully that helps a bit. Please cool down. Please don't go into the red area as much as I saw that before and here. Man, this is really on the knife's edge, and I'm just crawling along with, I think, 4 kph. And the needle is already moving into the red area, probably. Anything else I can do? I released all the brakes. Never said, maybe a little bit of sand. That is actually helping a bit, I think. Or maybe we just went over the top of the incline. I think that is the case. I think we made it. I think we made it. With a little bit of trickery. Cool. Already at 13 kph, which still is not fast, but then we are also moving out of that area of orange, which is good. I'm now just trying to preserve momentum. But I'm quick enough to go through the tricky area which is coming up, but not too quick, hopefully, that we do get any problems. And just as a sign of appreciation for my little friend here, I honk the horn. Oh, but I can hear already that the power is going down again. Maybe need to pull a little bit back. Just move to the back of the train. Man! Give a little bit more power here as well. There we go. Hopefully not putting things into the red section. This is a real balancing act here. Maybe a little bit? Nah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Because I'm already moving into the orange. Oof. Man. This is tough. This is really tough. Maybe that is a contract a little bit too big. Okay, I have to release a little bit of power here. I don't want to lose the push train, which is also going into the wrong direction, and that is why it's overheating a little bit easier, which is too bad. And then I also should keep in mind that there is a signal coming up, and that is something that we need to switch if that is not set in the right correction, in the right direction. We do have to make a correction if it's not set in the right direction, and this is where I want to go. I want to use that bridge and then most probably a decline going into the valley, and things are looking a little bit better. So maybe that was another very small incline to move forward, give it a little bit more power. Now I'm really curious if that would work better if I would have the multiple unit license and could just pull that with 2 of those locomotives. That's something I need to check. Man. There we go. And is this the signal? No, no signal for me there. This is the signal. Okay. And it's set into the wrong direction, and I need to go to the right. Yeah. Okay. So if this is already ringing in front here, probably the locomotive in the back is also struggling. Let's see. No, that's fine. Okay. That's fine. It's looking good. And you can see just a little bit that there's this incline here, just barely visible, even though it's quite a lot for such a small locomotive with such big cargo to pull. But it's doing fine. It's working out. Ooh, I just jumped down to an area I didn't want to go to. Dang it. But there we go. Already back for the train, which is moving nicely through the area here, and I think I can hear it accelerating a bit, and this is now also important to keep in mind, because I do, again I jumped out, I do need to keep in mind this is an area where I need to go 30. Okay, I can go 60 now, and this is interesting now. I'll just let the locomotive in the back stay. It's a decline. We can go down here, everything is looking good, and I'll give a little bit more power, and let's see if things work out. And I have to remember when I want to brake that I also said that this is actually quite dangerous now. If I accelerate now and things... I need to brake? Maybe I need to decouple the thing in the back now? Not too sure. Just gonna set up a couple things because I had a short break to get everything in order here. Okay, first things first. Gonna put you into a little bit of power that we move. There we go, that we move forward. Just a little bit. Remove brakes, and we are already moving, which is good. But then we'll also add a little bit of power here in the pulling part. Okay, good enough. So I have a quick look to the steel mill. I just have to go downhill, I think, and to the right at the signal, and then to the right at this signal, and then we're already there. So 2 rights is what we need to do, and then we'll be at that spot where we need to be. Okay, so now I'm thinking I might be able to get away with removing the locomotive at the end there, but maybe that is not the best idea yet, because I might need that, but I'm not too sure. I don't know the area that well yet, but I think we're just gonna go downhill here, downhill, and then we're just gonna be flat. So just gonna keep the speed in mind here. I'll just put this on daylight power, and then let's see how things work out. So we're at around 50. You can have a little look outside. I do hear a bit of sound. Are we already too quick? I'm not too sure. Have to brake a little bit. Really not trusting the environment now. And I don't know right now what the actual allowed speed is. Again, I had a little break and had to restart. So the timer also might be off a little bit, but I think I already blew past any time frames, any time bonuses, so the main idea now is to get everything into the steel mill safely, and that is what I'm up to do. Exactly, so the steel mill is my goal. I went from there all to B3I is what I need to do, and now I had it look already. I need to take right. I need to take right. So let's see. 60 is allowed. Let's see how the signal is set. I think the signal is set to the right hand side. So that's good. Okay. And the speed I'm allowed to take is the right hand side, 60, and it's still 60, and I'm going 50. So that's perfectly fine. I can actually accelerate a little bit. And then, by the way, intersection have to honk to make sure that people know that I'm coming. Okay. So just quickly, I'm gonna have a look into where I need to go, and this is in B3I. Again, another intersection. I need to go to the right, and I think it's set correctly, so that's fine. And now to the steel mill. 60, that's fine. There we go. Put this here, and then have a look. B3I. I'm gonna come into the steel mill from northeast to the 70. Can pull a little bit further, and then 3 is the very last. This is actually quite interesting because it says 3S and 3I is actually on the B yard. Okay, so I have to go through to the B section, so I have to move into the steel mill, then on the first signal I have to take right, and then I will need to come from northeast. I have to take the second to the left track. Okay. I think we will manage that. This is not what I wanted to do. Buttons, always a mess to get the right buttons. I think I just saw briefly that I'm allowed to go 80, so I'm still within the limits of the things that are allowed, and now I just have to go down this track right next to the tutorial area, and then I'll be already at the steel mill and just drive into the steel mill from northeast. 70, it looks fine, from the northeast, and then go into B, which was B3I, and B3I is ready to go. Okay. So I think I can give it a little bit more power. I think I just saw that I can go 70, and I just have to look out for the tutorial area. Fair enough. Okay. Oh, I had a little bit of brake applied. This is not ideal because it's always really good not to brake if you want to move. So that is what I'm doing. Release the brakes and move forward. Good, everything is looking good. I have a good speed. I do have my trusted locomotive at the end as well. That's good. No problems as of yet. And I think the first license I am gonna buy is the one where I can use multiple locomotives, multiple units to pull myself any load that I need to load. Honk on that. Alright. Just briefly checking where I'm at. Around halfway. And this is 90 I can go, so that's perfectly fine here. And let's see. We get everything right the first time when I enter the steel mill. That is most probably the main challenge, because the last couple times that was not possible because I didn't know the layout beforehand. But now we did that beforehand, and that might be helpful. Actually, if I get the multiple units, do I always have in every train station and every city 2 of those units available? Huh, I haven't thought about that. What happens if that's not the case? Might have to check that. Maybe it's... I don't know. If I would take concurrent orders on first, that might prove helpful so that I can do multiple jobs at once, but then maybe I don't have enough power, because we just saw with 290 tons how much of a problem that was. So this is 70, that was fine. I'm going to put away a little bit of power and just take power away here as well. Can I move into the thing? But there we go. Open up the direction wheel, so hopefully everything is working out well. On the left hand side we can see the tutorial area now, so it's good. And it also means that we're getting really close to the steel mill. I think I can already see the sign for the intersection, pulling out the radio, and a little bit of brakes already applying, and I need to go to the left and then directly into the cargo hold, I think. No, I need to go directly through that, and I think the rail is also going through that, so I just need to take the first left and the second right. That is what I need to do. Whoopsie day. Oh, Jesus. Exactly. So this is not what I want to do, but I want to move into this one. First left and then the second right, and that should be this one. Okay, let's see if things work out. Just wanna move. Where's the center track? I think I'm coming from the north east. This should be 4.0, and I think that is what I'm seeing there. The resolution on the VR headset is a little bit hard to see, and this seems to be 3i, so that looks good. Yep, perfect. B3i, and this is where I needed to bring everything, so that's also good. I'm just gonna pull in everything in here. Okay, can already take away power from my whole train and then concentrate on stopping. We're ready. Okay, good. Okay, take this with me. Shut off the main engine. Set the handbrake and decouple everything. So first this. Then I'm gonna take this apart, and then now I remember I have to close the valves first. And close that. Set the handbrake here. And then also disable this. locomotive, jump out. And then, no, do this first. Now I can release the connection. Oh, forgot that already. And then I think that's it. I think that we can now go into the office. Where was the office? Here. I could look at the map, but I'm not doing it. Not doing it. Tralala. Did I? Ah, okay. Just went next to the station office. Cool, okay, so in a couple of seconds we should be able to stop the timer. And there's that. So, there we go. No time bonus, that makes sense. Altogether 8,800. And well done, no penalties at all. Ready to throw this in the trash. And thank you so much for watching. If you like to, consider subscribing, maybe leave a like. And if you feel so inclined, leave a comment.